1974. Things started looking up for me in northern Ontario. The year prior, I'd been diagnosed with mental retardation because I still couldn't talk when I was 3. Couldn't or wouldn't. Maybe I just didn't feel that I had anything significant to contribute. But anyway, I did start speaking in full sentences and paragraphs with good grammar, albeit I talked like Elmer Fudd. And I taught myself how to read this year, so that was good. And over in Hiroshima, Hibagon sightings were picking up again. 5 sightings that year of the Hibagon, Japanese Bigfoot. Let's go to the Hiba map. June 20th. An anonymous motorist sees a Hibagon cross the road in, quote, a series of hopping leaps. A series of hopping leaps. Just imagine that. No location given. July 15th. Witness K.H. sees a Hibagon on a prefectural road running through Hiwacho. I think that could very well be this road passing between Mount Hiba and Mount Azuma. I set up 2 trail cameras near there. Now, K.H. described it as ape-like and walking on all 4s. The first sighting, where the creature was seen on all 4s, but not the last. August 15th, witness Y.M., 41 years old, is driving in Hiwacho, same area. He sees a large black Hibagon walking on all 4s along the road. When the creature hears the car, it stands up and walks into the trees, walks on 2 feet. YM stops his car, brave soul, and snaps this photo. The famous persimmon tree photo. It's not terrific, but good try, YM, and thank you. August 18th. A man sees the Hibagon in Shobara. He says the creature was man-height, but with a torso, quote, twice as thick as a man's, which, remember, means 4 times as thick because it's twice as wide and twice as deep. It's 4 times as thick. Thick and heavy. And a final sighting, October 11th, with no details given. That's all of the public sightings for 1974. No knowing how many private sightings that year that went unreported, but I bet there were more than 0. I bet there are still more than 0 sightings that go unreported. I think there must be, from the stick structures and bark peeling and logs thrust into hard clay right behind my family, and the other signs, and the subjective dread that I experienced on my attempt at getting to the colossal solar calendar. With my short time that I have up there, 4, maybe 5 days a year, yeah, I think something has to be going on and somebody has to be seeing these things and not reporting it. And what with all the people disappearing into the forest here and other parts of Japan where there are histories of these creatures, Although I kind of feel that most of these people never see what's coming at them. I think it's lights out for them before they know it. Now, most Hibagon articles and programs will tell you that October 11th, 1974 was the final sighting forever. The following year, it is true, in March 1975, Saijo Yuki Town Hall abolished the office of the ape clerk. They shut it down and reassigned the personnel. Our own friend Mr. Eggy was reassigned to the Tax Revenue Department. But that's not the end of this story. This tenacious investigator found 3 more sightings in the 1980s. And the last one is going to blow your mind and challenge everything that everyone thinks he knows about the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Hibagon. So, we are getting to the end of the Hibagon story, getting to the end of what I know, but stay tuned. And once we are finished with the Hibagon, apart from biannual trips up to Mount Hiba, which I intend to continue until I'm, too old and feeble, or scooped up and eaten. I say once we are finished with Hibagon Japanese Bigfoot, the book, I am going to make the argument that the Hibagon is taking people here. I will take you through some of the real missing persons cases that, to my mind, cannot be explained without the Hibagon. And that is precisely why the police cannot explain them, because they are not considering, at least they are not publicly considering, the only possible suspect. Yes. Now, it's scary, but come along on that with me and make up your own mind and see if something similar isn't happening in North America. I think it is. But you have a good weekend. You stay safe. It's a solid gray sky here today in Fukuyama, so let's hope for better weather next week. If you enjoy these videos, if you value the value, and you want to support this channel, you can. Sure you can. You can put some hot coffee in my thermos, maybe with a little spike of brandy. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, hang on. P.S. News bulletin. This just in on my desk. I messaged a lady friend last night. A wonderful, beautiful woman and a very dear friend. I love her very much. Known her for over 20 years. We used to be very close, and I think everybody thought that we would probably end up together, and maybe I thought so too. My grandma certainly thought so and hoped so, but complications came up, as they do, and I ended up with someone else, and she did too. But our hearts are still knit together, in kind of love. She and her husband, a great guy, are very sporty and outdoorsy. And I think they are still both working from home with flexible schedules. So last night I invited them up to my New Year stone. Well, I got no answer. And I thought maybe my invitation was inappropriate. But just now, this minute, she came back to me. She is thanking me for asking her, and she is really, truly interested. But she doesn't mention her husband. Now, they live in a different city, so I'm suggesting that she and or they have dinner at my house and sleep over here, and then we could start out together around 4:30 a.m. and get set up in front of the stone before sunrise. And this is the best lead that I have so far on a companion. And I'll keep asking because I would welcome a third, a fourth friend to chaperone and round out a nice little group. So I'll keep asking. I think the ledge in front of that rock will probably hold 4 people. I hope so. We might have to cuddle up a little, but that would be okay. Okay.